But we've got Boston Rob on the line. If you want to jump in and join the conversation, feel free. 392-8255, 392-8255. Boston Rob, the first time you and I talked, it got pretty heated. So I'm hoping you're coming with some love.
Oh, it's going to get heated again. Paisanos, Nate the Skate, and Tubby Tubbs. How you doing?
Oh, we got nicknames already? We're good. How about you, Boston Rob?
I'm all right. First things first, I'm watching you guys on the YouTube channel. Nate, what's the story? You got some T-shirt on. I can barely see it. It looks like it says The Fight Night. What are you getting ready for WrestleMania next year?
No. Hold on. We're wrong sport. This is actually UFC. You just sparked my passion project. I appreciate you for bringing that up. So the Fighting Nerds, it's a group of the most violent dudes on earth. They're MMA fighters in the UFC, and they all train at the same gym together, and they just put dudes to sleep. Like, when I'm talking vicious, I mean like extra vicious with a side of vicious. These guys are killers. But after they knock people out, in their post-fight interviews, they'll put on glasses and act like nerds, and they call themselves the Fighting Nerds.
What is this, like some kind of Superman movie thing?
No. Wait, hold on. You know what the UFC is, Boston Rob?
Yes, of course. I'm not a stupid idiot.
Do you? Okay, that was a stupid question. That's fair. Do you watch UFC ever, or is that not your thing?
No, I just watch SPORTS. That's no sports. That's it.
So you don't think fighting is a sport?
No, that's if you want to knock somebody, wring somebody's neck, knock somebody out. It's not a sport.
Really? You don't? Okay, wait. I want you to give me your case right now for why fighting isn't a sport, and then I'll respond.
Boston Rob, you opened up a can of worms here, man. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get some questions in about some real sports, and you're talking about the UFC and all this other nonsense. I didn't call to talk about this BS.
Well, you brought it up. You asked me about my shirt.
Yeah, because you got some silly shirt on the Fighting Night.
Okay, fine. You don't like my fashion choice. I get that. But let me at least say this. The reason fighting is a sport is because it is sanctioned in a cage, and there's rounds, there's coaching, and there's referees. Like, fighting in the street is not a sport, but a 25-minute fight that has breaks every 5 minutes where you can go back to your corner and get coached up on your opponent and a referee to stop the fight if it gets too dangerous is why it's a sport. I rest my case. I'll stop wasting your time. Get your questions in, my man.
All right. Thank you. Thank God. All right. Let's move on. So first things first, I'm sorry, Tubby Tubbs, but I got to go after Nate one more time, and then I have a question for you. Nate, you said that the NBA is the toughest sport for kids to come into college and go to. Are you insane? The NFL is way tougher.
Really?
What college player do you think could come out as a freshman out of college at Florida, at any college in the country, and go and play in the NFL? No one. Zero. Zilch.
You
nada.
can't. Hold on, Boston Rob. That's why there's different rules. You have to play 3 years of college football to go to the NFL. You can't.
You just said that the NBA was the tougher league. Are you kidding me? Are you?
Yes, I'm telling you, it's
skill wise.
It's the harder leagues. There's a bigger skill gap between college basketball and the NBA than college football and the NFL. And freshmen can't go get drafted in football. That can't happen. You have to stay for 3 years.
Yeah, because they're not good enough.
No, well, let me jump in here, Boston Rob, because I think it's more of a physicality thing than skill gap.
Agreed.
I would agree with Nate that I think basketball going from the middle school to high school, from high school to JUCO, JUCO to D2, D2 to D1, D1 to G League, G League to the NBA. I think every level of basketball, I think there is a bigger skill gap than any other sport. I would agree with Nate.
Boom.
Okay, well then again, this is different. You talked about different levels in basketball. But let's talk about University of Florida playing University of Rhode Island, where I'm from. Who's going to win the game?
Oh, wait, Boston Rob, you're from Rhode Island? I'm a Westchester kid.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. That's why we might not get along.
Okay, that's fair. All right, continue.
Anyways, so that's what I'm saying is when you play a school like Rhode Island and you go to Florida, I mean, that's easy pickings. That's why those games are at the beginning of the year. It's a warm-up game. So that's what I'm saying to you guys.
But what about what about when Florida plays Norfolk State in the tournament? It's the same concept.
Yeah.
Norfolk State would have a better chance of beating Florida than University of Rhode Island would at football. I'm just saying.
Okay, that's fair. But then
there's also more basketball players in the world, though.
And I think this becomes a different conversation.
Fair point.
Yeah, you can get hot in basketball in a way that you can't in football. And the physicality levels are greater when you're making the jump in football. I'll give you that. But I am talking about the actual skill gap. Like, I'm talking about, like, college basketball players versus NBA players. Like, you look at the best wide receiver in the league, whether it's Jamar Chase, whether it's Justin Jefferson, and you look at the best receiver in college football, maybe a couple years ago when it was Malik Neighbors, or Marv, you know? Like these receivers are ready to make an impact from day one, whereas you look at the best college basketball players, like there's no college basketball player that measures up to LeBron James, KD, Steph Curry, or Jalen Brunson for that matter.
How about Pablo Banchero?
What about Pablo Banchero? Like, is there a college basketball player who measures up to him, you're saying?
No. I thought you were talking about top NBA players.
He's not in that discussion.
He's not.
Well, I think that's why. Well, the other part of this, it's not just the NBA to college. I think there's a gap between the G League to a bench player in the NBA, from a bench player to a role player, from a role player to a superstar. There's a reason that the top NBA players have dominated and have stayed around in the league for decades. It's because they're so much better than everybody else. It's not even close. For example, you look at a guy like Patrick Beverley. He averaged 10 points. And in his career within the NBA, he's just a role player. You think of him more as a defender. He averaged 40 in high school.
Right. Yeah, well, it's a
Bada bing,
different
bada
game.
boom.
He's probably the best player out of his high school, best player in the state, for that matter.
Hey, listen.
Last two things I want to get in these before.
Yeah, quick, because we got to go to break ASAP, brother.
Yeah, best song for a movie that matches up. The Back to the Future song, you always think of that when you hear that song to that movie, and the Jaws song as well.
Yeah.
Hey, guys,
True.
I know this is your last song and dance on radio.
That's what, my dad used to do that in the pool when he was coming to drown me.
Well, thank God you're still alive. We're grateful for that. I know this is your last radio show together, so there are tears of sadness and tears of joy that it's over finally. But we are grateful that you guys are on here. We love you guys. We'll miss you guys. And keep up the amazing work as the year dwindles on.
Appreciate
Boston
it.
Rob, you hey, it was great talking with you. That was I'm getting a little emotional here. That's
Did he say tears of joy?
He said tears of joy. Wow. Well, I'm glad. Listen, it's been a pleasure hanging out with Michael Tubbs for the past couple of years on the Sports Lab, and it's